Greetings, lovely Virgos. We're here today. Thank you for joining me. This is your reading for this wonderful Sagittarian full moon eclipse time. And we'll do a shortened Celtic cross as usual. We'll get the central point for you. Let's see what's going on. Now, face down. We'll continue through. We look at what's behind you, where you're at, and moving forward, and then go through and clarify a little bit as well. So at this current time, we present. Wow, this is pretty interesting. We present with the Six of Discs, which is a great card of generosity. Sorry, it's a little bit dark. The Six of Discs, the generous person with the deep purse who knows the flow. You know that what you offer beyond gender, beyond not gender, but beyond a gender. You know, it's a free flow in and out, energetic exchange. I mean, money is, isn't it? Money is, and this is a disc. It is crossed by the universe, the world, this gorgeous sort of aqua card. It's so beautiful. And we see the androgynous figure who is in fact half man, half woman, traditionally. So the Ouroboros, the classic sort of symbol, the snake with the tail in its mouth, the world, you know, it continues. It's a continuum. It goes way beyond, you know, this generosity of sorts, being the sixth point of balance and harmony on the tree of life, goes way beyond sometimes what we think is what I'm getting from this. It can reach far and wide. The basis of this is the Strength card, is understanding your ego, is understanding you know, traditionally taming the beast, taming the lion with kindness, with gentleness. But we understand our intentions, you know, the difference between some, you know, like some things we're not that conscious of, and then things in life happen, and we become conscious of certain aspects of ourselves, you know, that we weren't conscious of before. It feels pretty lovely. Like there's a it's as if a penny not only is offered forward, has far more benefits than what you kind of think. But it's like the penny drops. Here, anyway, let's just go. Let's just see what's behind. These readings are very general. What's behind you at this current time, Virgo? What's past is what I mean to say. What is past? Okay, a review. Looking back, seeing what worked and what doesn't. It's interesting because I do get the thing here, some kind of combination between, and I guess you can look at it like that, a combination between you recognizing maybe certain aspects of yourself that you hadn't before, but hand in hand with that, you've understood what, somehow hand in hand, there's a financial gain, there's a financial connection to it. to you sort of seeing the value of certain aspects of yourself. There's something's come out of that that's reached far further than you yourself and your territory. That's just what I'm getting. Where are you at currently, Virgo? Where's Virgo at? Wow, a great point. The beautiful star, a bridge, bridging a gap between the earth and the heavens. It is primarily a card of healing. It's a card of healing. I just get sort of like value, and value that's quite wide. It goes beyond what you understand it does or what you think it does. But the star is a card of healing. Let's go through. We will clarify moving forward for Virgo, please. Moving forward for Virgo. 2 cards. Or is it 3? No, it's 2. What are they? We get Judgment. We get the beautiful Eon. This is a card of judgment. Sorry, Virgo. I should have, this happened before. I should turn my phone off. Sorry. This is a card of judgment. We'll just let it go. With judgment. Now, judgment comes with this. We've put work in here without necessarily knowing what is going to come back to us, if you know what I mean. The ramifications of it. Judgment is not a judgy card. To me, it's a card of like a very impersonal natural law. That what you know, look in nature, it's all around you. It's not personal, is it? It's the way that things are balanced out. This is largely, it is about value and it's about balance. With judgment, moving forward here in that position, we get the 8 of Wands. This is new. It's certainly new information that you have become party to, either through your own efforts or at some point, if you've not already, you will receive some kind of confirmation from, you know, via communication lines like internet, whatever it happens to be. It will soon present, you will soon understand that I just get this distance that whatever you've been doing, whatever, obviously you've you know, understood certain aspects of the way that you do what you do in terms of mind machinations and taming elements of that. And in the process, you've sort of understood, you know, the correlation between financial value and personal value, but that there's a big distance here that it's impacted. Some level of your own generosity is impacted way beyond what you could have ever actually imagined. So it's quite fascinating, Virgo. Let's get a little bit of clarity here with what is the strength speaking of beyond, you know, its traditional meaning. Oh, look. We get the Knight of Discs, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Magician. Like I say, the value that there's, I feel a bit tongue-tied. You know, this, look, the Knight of Discs manages. He chips away, works away, and manages the results of that. He manages the land. He comes in with messages as well. Of course, knights are all sort of, you know, they can be like that, but this night, you know, where the page of discs just works away slowly in this sort of heavy nature of three-dimensional time, or the concept of by which we live, you know, this idea of time, Saturnian time. And the night comes along and manages that in order to make it as, you know, like fruitful as possible, to make it work beyond the initial chipping away. This is the thing that I get. And so I think you've understood this, or you will get some sort of indication or messages coming in that show you this too. There's this kind of theme going on here. And of course we have the Magician, which is all about, you know, utilizing that new understanding of that, taming the inner mind machinations, that new understanding, being able to utilize it with the Magician, pulling it down. You know, Mercury, the messenger of the gods, working from top to bottom, bottom to top, from the heavens to the earth, from the earth to the heavens, like a bridge, like a messenger here. But this is a healing card. But this whole thing has provided that for you. I just get this thing that there's something really amazing information coming to you. Let's have a look at the star, please. I don't know. I feel a bit tongue-tied today. I don't know why. Or the mind and the tongue are not working in unison. So we've got, for the star, what have we got? Yeah. And you're not resting on, and you've not been resting on laurels here. You're still up for a challenge. You're still up for a challenge. This might be quite specific for someone out there. First card, 9 of Cups. We know what we've got. You know, we've got our 9 cups. They're there. We know it. We know where they sit. We look at them every day. We're not taking it for granted, though. Which this card can also mean complacency. I don't believe that with the Fool, because there's a desire here to, is what I get, a desire to evolve, and whatever that is for you. Whether it's like working your way up a sort of work environment ladder, excuse me, or whether it's just being free. What is the Fool for you? You know, unencumbered, free, a new journey. That's usually what it means. We don't need to, we know where our cups are. We don't need to feel any anxiety that we're losing that by embodying the Fool here. It's understanding that. That is where we come to this understanding in the star, this healing. But it's like you've been, I mean, I know Virgo, you know, I say being of service, but that is a wonderful trait of the Virgo. And management. Management of that. So let's see. Can we have one card for judgment, please? Oh, one card for judgment. Excuse me, Virgo. I'll just try and... Oops. Yeah, look, I do feel that there's been some... this is the 3 of Discs. So we're moving forward quite quickly. And this is building new foundations. But I do feel that it's building, that it's something that is in regards to a lot of other people involved here, but that you're the spearheading it. I don't know. It's like there's, yeah, it's interesting. Three of discs, all about building collaborative works and building new foundations. So we start to understand, we start to see it in front of us. You know, two of discs, the card before, we're kind of keeping, we've not quite made a decision. We're keeping things in balance. You know, even though we're in motion, we're keeping things in balance. While there's a lot of stuff going on around us, we get to the three, we've made a decision, we start to build, and it includes others. It's like a kind of, like a benefactor or something is what I'm getting. This might be relevant for someone out there. I don't know. But a sort of benefactor, like you've found yourself in this position. And if that's not, I do get that it is a financial thing, but I do get it as a support thing too, as a sort of mentor. As a mentor as well. It's quite interesting. We'll just get one. Just something for the 8. Some clarity for the 8 of Wands. The messages coming through. And coming through quite fast as this building is building, this new thing is moving quite quickly. Yes. We get the Chariot. This is all about movement. And it's all about movement because in the Chariot, we see a very similar, kind of situation. We see the white horse and the black horse pulling the Chariot. Now the Chariot moves very fast. These animals are not harnessed. Everyone's moving in the same direction here. And so they are moving fast. Otherwise they'll be going around in circles. We understand the dualities of life. Sorry. We understand, you know, balance. We understand, as I was saying before, you know, the 2 of discs before the 3. It's like we've sat in that for a while before we got to the 3. Now we get to the 3, we understand. But we wouldn't have if we hadn't gone through here. We get this Chariot. You know, we've understood aspects of our conscious mind, unconscious mind, I should say. And so we're in this sort of, you know, you could say a grey area. I don't mean that in a drab way. I mean, it's a combination. There's an integration. We understand the dual nature. And if we can understand it fully for ourselves, we really start moving quite fast. Because this is all about balance, will propel you forward. I mean, if we're talking about messages coming through and the Chariot's here, messages are coming through really fast at this current time, or they will be, or they are. Whatever those messages are, I do feel that it's something that's sort of reflected back at you that you've provided for others. I do feel that in this reading. It's quite sort of specific. Okay, Virgo. Can we get a Brian Froud Pixie and Fairy card? We'll wait for them to jump. Pixie and Fairy card, please. What should we look at here? We'll look at strength, which is the basis of this. You know, to be able to co-create is a great word, isn't it? Bandied around at the moment. To be able to, I mean, you know, this is what we do in life. To be able to co-create with our world, just as, oh, we've got 4 cards, just as the magician, how the magician works with the knight. So this is like, and coming down, and this guy manages all of that, or gal. You understand this. So you're sort of magician in your own right, dear Virgo. I'll read these as they came out. This is the thing. As I just keep hearing it, like the use of your work has gone further than what you think. We get Los Guna. It is a card of movement again. Yes, it can be travel, but it's also about your localized areas, and suddenly kind of seeing the places that are around you that have always been there but you've not noticed before, or that you've not been out to, you know, you've not gone to. Suddenly you're reinvigorated. You're working your environment here. There's a cohesion to all of this. On one hand, it's monetary. On another, so therefore it's quite practical. But on another, it's really something that's just kind of is an epiphany for you as well, on a mental, emotional level. Anyway, so we had Los Guna movement, you know, rediscovering actually what is around you. Then we have, what is it? Gotcha. Which is it's like people are seeing you for your work. This is what I get. People are watching you. I mean, it's not in a pervy, weird way, but, you know, people are seeing you for your value and seeing you. Now, this cohesive thing, we get unity, which is the egg that's just about to divide. And then once that starts, it's like things really, really start moving quick. It's quite an interesting reading. Then we did have one other card, He of the Fiery Sword. It's all about your own sort of understanding and actually feeling comfortable with it. What is true for you? What is true to you? What feels true to you in terms of what you do and how you do it, and feeling comfortable with that. And you will see that reflected back at you, dear Virgo, is just what I'm getting from this. And it will come back at you quite fast in a really great way. It's just what I'm getting. We'll just get a little star card. Oops. Little star card for Virgo. It's interesting. Whatever project, whatever this is, it's kind of interesting. There's quite a few things going on in this reading. There's a never-ending like, it's just this thing of not resting on your laurels in any way. Like, there's a real surge of wanting to, you know, like you just can't stop. I mean, this is the thing, the cell regeneration, you can't stop, you know, cell activity. It's like you can't, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's spreading further and further and further. It's quite clarity of thought. I can't even, yeah, this pretty much sums it up, actually. I've got to put my glasses on. Do you understand the difference between mind chatter and listening, understanding? The difference between ego and psyche and soul. All of those wonderful things. Then we have action, be direct. The tactician is patient. But I don't think it's going to be long before your efforts come back to you threefold, dear Virgo, I would think. I hope this found you well and you enjoyed this reading today. The cards speak for themselves. Take good care. Enjoy this beautiful full moon eclipse in Sagittarius. Virgos, take good care. Have a good week. Cheery. Bye.